I guess what we can do, we can actually get started. I gotta wait for it to finish up. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Hi, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Indie Creator Hub. I am your host, Josh, and tonight we're actually going to be talking about a couple things. Most notably is Trovo's issues that it's kind of come up. It's slowly been building for, I don't know, a couple weeks, months, about 6 months, but mostly within the past, over the weekend and this past week, a lot of things have come ahead that a lot of people are actually, I'm not going to say a lot of people, but there are some people that are choosing to go back to Twitch from Trovo, which, hey, it's your choice. It's up to you wherever you want to stream. It's, as an independent creator, you're not beholden to a single platform unless you have signed a contract to be exclusive to one platform or another. It's completely up to you where you want to be. Now, a lot of people are saying that, let me start from the beginning. The big thing is what's called a treasure box. It's a, how should we put it? It's like an incentive for your viewers that are watching you on Trovo to kind of reward themselves and you by spending mana or watching your streams or hitting the follow button. And what's going to happen is after so much time, depending on how you set up your treasure box, they'll be rewarded. One or two people will be rewarded that particular box. It can range anywhere from a mana, which is a bit. I'm sorry, not bits, but it's kind of like it rewards your time of watching the streamer. So you get rewarded that, or you can get rewarded what's called elixirs, which is comparable to like Twitch's bits. So it's kind of like some people calling it a pay to win. I don't want to call it a pay to win. It's, from my point of view, it's one way that a lot of people are going to be burning themselves out, because when you look at the site, most of the time, the people who are grinding, trying to get these large amount of viewers and their hours up, are streaming 10 plus hours a day for almost 7 days a week. There was a few I've been noticing that were streaming over the weekend, and they were streaming pretty much all week. I'm thinking to myself, yes, you're going to get a nice payday, but at what cost is it going to incur on your health and sanity? Because you're not going to do 7 days a week for months on end. Humans aren't built that way. It's not going to work that way. So a lot of times people are just going to grind the hours to get into different levels, which is it's called the Trovo 500. And I'll explain that very briefly here. What the Trovo 500 is that it's a monetary rewarding system depending on how many viewing hours that you have earned within a 30-day period. Let's say within a month. Say this past month, December, because they don't do it by January. You don't get paid on the end of January. I think it's every 60 days. I'm not entirely sure at the moment. I'm not part of the Trovo 500. I don't stream enough to warrant being in the Trovo 500 system. So my experience with this is reading and watching and researching what I can on this program and the people who are part of it, what their experiences are. So the first part is it's set up in tiers. You have the bronze, and then gold, and it just goes up from there to like platinum, diamond, master, and so on. On each tier, a goal is set. So let's say for bronze, which is the lowest of the tiers, but has the widest amount of available people that can be rewarded. You can get, there's a reward of up to $50,000 of gems that are available to these streamers that get 900 hours or more to get into, because that's what you need, is at least 900 hours to get into the bronze tier. So that's the main sticking point, is it's for more of these smaller creators. I'm talking like 50 to say 100 viewers at the most per stream. So for each month, they have to have at least 900 hours to get into the bronze tier. And then what a lot of people aren't really catching on is that it's a $50,000 split between all the streamers that got into the bronze tier. And some people are complaining that, oh, my payout this month is lower than last month. Probably yes, because there are more streamers within the bronze tier, which means that split is going to more people and your cut is smaller. It's just simple math. You got 50,000, split it how many ways of a couple thousand people? Your cut is going to be that much smaller. Now, let's say for next month, because some people are leaving or not grinding the hours that they need, so less people within a bronze tier, your cut will grow to what it was before, or even more if there's lesser people from the prior month or the month prior to that one. So it's just kind of like a nebulous thing where it's only so many people can get it, and then your split is smaller if there's more people in it. If there's more people in it, if there's less people in it, your split is a lot larger. So, but the problem is that the way a lot of these streamers are getting extra viewers coming in, they're pumping up their follower counts, is by using the treasure box system. What the treasure box system is a system, like I mentioned earlier, to reward your viewers to come to your channel, stay, and then hopefully the premise of it is for them to hopefully stay and continue watching your streams throughout, your future within the platform. The problem is that it's happening is where people are coming in, and most of the time it's also bots that are farming these boxes. So that's another issue we'll talk about here in just a moment, is that these bots are coming in, following your stream or your account, hopefully getting that win, or if not, they'll go ahead, unfollow you, and move on to the next one. And that cycle continues thousands of times a day, every day of the week. The problem is that it's starting to get a little out of hand, where more and more people are viewing it as what's called pay to win, because some people are putting in their own money to sweeten the pot, as it was, to entice more people to come in. So the elixir value at, 1,000 elixirs is $10. So you can imagine if you put in $100, you can do 10 of those boxes at $10, and that's a lot of money that you're just handing out for these boxes. So a lot of people, and then when people see that, oh, I have a chance to win $10 elixirs to use within the site, I'm going to snatch that up, because what's going to happen is some of these bot accounts, if they do win, they'll go ahead and send that off to the streamer that they're pretty much like a money laundering scheme. And that's what's getting people riled up, is this issue of treasure box abuse and just kind of like the pay to win scheme. It's kind of a scammy way of earning money, because you're taking money from Trovo when you shouldn't really have earned it. That's what a lot of people are thinking. My personal opinion is, go ahead, burn yourself out. you'll get that payday. You get that $30,000 or $80,000, depending how big you are. And what's going to happen is that you'll never want to stream again because you hate it so much. And because you're doing 10 plus hour streams a day for weeks or months on end just to get that bag, baby. But at what cost? Really? It's your health. It's you. Let's actually take a look. I have the Trovo website here opened, and a lot of times people are complaining because if you go into chit chat here, watch, it's not going to work for me. Okay. So there are a few here, but I should have taken a screenshot prior. I think it was yesterday. I saw had two that one of them had at least 40 to 50 viewers, and the other one had a little bit less than that. And their titles were box giveaways, and they're just sitting at a BRB screen for hours on end. Now, let me open up this one here. Okay. So yes, this is one of many people that I'm not going to say they are, but it's potential that they could be. They're running 24-hour boxes, and they'll do a long stream in order for more people to come in, follow, get enter the box, and for a chance to win it. So this is what people are complaining about mostly, is situations like that. Now, I'm not going to say it because this is an ongoing issue. What I just showed you, that person is not going to get the Trovo 500 because it's not in a gaming category. And Trovo actually stated that they will be making a change on February the 1st because they don't want to make a change in the middle of a month and then something goes screwy and then they'll have to backtrack it. So they're going to be doing, for every month, they'll be making changes. So it's going to affect February. They'll change a couple things here and there and see if that works. If not, they'll make a change for March, and then so on and so forth until they be able to pinpoint something that is better for everybody, or everyone is a little bit more understanding exactly what Trovo is trying to do, which is to try to be more fair to everybody. And it's one of those catch-22s. You're not be able to be able to keep everyone happy. It's just the unfortunate thing of life. You're going to have people that are pissed off. They're not going to be happy. And you have people that will be happy. It's just the way things are. So that's one thing that they're trying to do is trying to make as many people as possible happy and try to treat everyone as fairly as possible within this impossible task of trying to appease the audience. So yeah, that's the one thing is treasure boxes. I know I skimmed over real quick what Trovo 500 process or the program is. There are some people that, like I said at the top of the show, are moving to or back to Twitch because they feel that the way things are going, they won't be able to make their bills. They're paying their bills. We saw it with the Twitch leak a couple months ago. And I forget exact number, what it was. The Harris Herald had posted up or said exact number that the streamer, their position on that streamer list, that makes the median or average American household income of things like $36,000 a year was almost in the 2000. Like you had to go down that far down the list to find someone that's where you'll be able to make use your streaming as a full-time job. Unfortunately, Trovo is not in that position because, one, there are a lot of streamers. Two, there's not as many viewers per se. Number three, most of its market is within non-North American market. It's everywhere else. Brazil, South America, Philippines, India, South Korea, Japan, everywhere else, but not North America. North American audience is less than 10% of exactly everything that is on this site. It's slowly growing. It's not as big as what a lot of people think it is. It's there, but it's not as big as Twitch. And the problem is with Twitch, as we've seen previously, is because of their Kingmaker system. The more viewers you have, the higher up on the list that you go, or you're more successfully be able to be promoted to more and more people. Trovo is a lot smaller in that aspect, and that they're not going to have that many people available to view your content. Let's go ahead and take a look at, I just saw, what is it, Overwatch. And compared to Twitch, this is minuscule. This is tiny. We're talking like atom scale compared to how much on Twitch is. I already have it here. And we'll go to Overwatch. Overwatch on Twitch is at 14,500 viewers. So there is that. So you can't really compare Twitch and Trovo as a 1-to-1 ratio. It's just not fair. It's just not going to happen. And it's not possible at this moment to compare it. Yes, as you saw, it does look very similar. And I covered this in a video previously, but comparing Twitch and Trovo. I'll have it in the top here later down the line when you watch the replay. But the problem is that a lot of people are trying to turn Trovo up into an opportunity to become full-time streamers. That goal is really not going to happen unless if you do the social media experience and bringing that audience from elsewhere into your channel here on Trovo. It's just not going to happen. You're not going to hit go live and expect to have hundreds of people all automatically watching your content. It's just not going to work. It's not going to be that way. Unless you had a community from elsewhere that you can bring into Trovo. Now, one thing that you could try, you could use, okay, let me go back here to the treasure boxes. The treasure boxes, there are split into two different tiers. You have a discovery box, which is what's causing most of this problem that people are complaining about. Then you also have a community boxes. What the community boxes are boxes are available for people who follow your channel for, let's say, 3 days or 3 hours, or depending on how long you want them to be part of your community, are active within your community, and are kind of like reward to say, thank you for sticking with me and watching my streams and being part of the community, chatting and having fun. That's the community boxes. That's something that is very good. That's kind of rewarding to your viewers, your community. That's great. The discovery boxes is like, as the name implies, it's kind of like a discovery system. You're paying for an ad, so to speak. You're paying for an ad to push your stream out onto the Trovo platform. Now, does it work? Who knows? As we can see, it does work in one aspect, that it's bringing a lot of viewers and a lot of followers to a lot of people or a lot of streamers. But are they actually being part of or joining your community? I would have to say probably 80% of that is a big fat no. It's just not going to work that way. It's just going to be kind of, say, you got 100 people coming in and writing their name on a piece of paper and putting that paper in a bowl for a giveaway. And then there's just walking around. Once your giveaway ends, those 100 people are instantly going to go to someplace else. That's just what's going to happen. You might get 1 or 2 people out of that 100 that sticks around, but that number is very slim. So it's just kind of like I said, it's advertising your stream out to the wider Trovo audience. Now, I mentioned bot accounts. It is an issue where, there are some accounts out there that are just there to log in, sign up as many discovery boxes as possible, win probably 10% of that, use those funds to funnel them into another streamer, and then continue it on that for every day. That is a very big problem that Trovo is trying to take care of as delicately as possible without kind of, as we saw with the problem with Mixer. Mixer had an issue where to watch any of the content or streams, you had to sign up as with your Mixer account, but you had to have like what was it? Not a Hotmail. That'll work, but you had to have a Microsoft account to sign up and watch streams on Mixer. Thanks for coming by, Skoski Broski. The problem is that they don't want to go with that route because it kind of put up a lot of barriers to people coming in. When you see the onboarding process for a new viewer onto Twitch, it's kind of easy. A new viewer comes in, hits sign up, enters their email, password, and maybe if they want to do the 2-factor authentication, then they'll go ahead and do that. And that's it. You don't need to have an email, or in some cases, because it's a good thing to have, a lot of streamers have put into place that you have to have a verified email to even chat. But that doesn't mean you can't watch. With Trovo, it's kind of similar. All you do is you go to click on the top, click sign up, do the email, password, verify, and off you're good to go. And that's pretty much it, pretty much. And a lot of times, if you're viewing a stream and you want to do what's called a mana or cast a spell, a pop-up might come up because either you haven't done it or your IP address or something, the algorithm has pretty much you got randomly selected to verify that you're not a bot. And that has to go through and make sure that, do the click on the bus, which pictures of the bus kind of deal, to verify that you're an actual human and not a bot trying to abuse the system. So that's just one of the major things that is going on here with Trovo, is that more and more people are becoming disenfranchised with it because for some odd reason they had this fantasy that Trovo is going to overtake Twitch within a couple years, and they'll be making hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of dollars by being a very popular streamer on the platform, which is all well and good. It's a great goal to have, but it's not a realistic goal. Trovo does not have the viewership as YouTube or Twitch or Facebook gaming. It's just not there yet. Yes, they're making inroads. The charts are showing that the viewership is climbing, but it's not at the level where, you're not going to have a type of person that has like XQC making millions or hundreds of thousands of dollars and millions of dollars, or, the top streamers, the top 0.1% of Twitch streamers. You're not going to find that here on Trovo at this moment, because at the beginning of the year, what was it? A couple months ago, Trovo just got out of beta and they're fully released. So it's still got a couple more years to go before we can start seeing the signs that there is a large, healthy growth of viewership increasing month over month. It's just it's just gonna take a lot of time, and a lot of people are very impatient. They treat the platform that is not Twitch like they're owed something. That I was here first. I was here at the year one, and I'm not where I think I should be, and I am disappointed, and I'm going to leave. And screw you, I'm out. That's just not how all this works. It's like the memes. Like, that's not how all this works. So it's one of those things is that you got to have kind of like you got to look at this within a sense of reality. You're the most streams I've seen on here are probably in the 150 to 200 viewership range, and that's with those is a very small number of streamers on the Trovo program or platform that are attaining those numbers. Most of the time, people are within the 5 viewers to 50 to 60, let's say 5 to 100 viewers. Within that range, yes, it's a large range, but that's the majority of the people that you'll see on this platform have a viewership within those two numbers. And that's majority. That's probably 75 to 85% of the streamers that are on this platform. So if you're thinking about wanting to stream on Trovo, please do come on by and sign up for an account. It is a great platform. It's an alternative to Twitch or YouTube. It's a great, healthy community that are trying to make things work for everybody. And yes, sometimes mistakes, or they'll try to make a step, but they don't really go too well. But they're very quick in learning and adapting because they're not at the level that Twitch is at this moment. So they're very fast in being able to make changes on the fly every month, pretty much. You're not going to see that from a large company. It's going to take a quarter to maybe a year before large changes are implemented. But here on Trovo, it's very quick. It's very snappy. And I know some people have had issues with the dev team, some kind of issues with the moderation team as well. Don't let that spoil your view on things. Try it out. If you're a streamer that is less than 20 viewers at wherever platform you're at now, try 1 or 2 days on Trovo. It's a free account. What do you got to lose? And it's a lot easier to become monetized on Trovo and then anywhere else, pretty much. On Trovo, all you got to do is stream at least 8 hours in a 30-day period, 5 days in a 30-day period, and have at least 20 followers. So after you get that, automatically you're able to get a sub button so people can start subscribing to you. Then all you got to do is get up to 4 concurrent viewers. And of course, have 50. I think 50. I had to take a quick look, but it's a slow leveling up process. I should not say slow, but it's a leveling up process that if you're have a community coming in, be able to hit those level gains quickly and be able to open up the treasure box, because that is unlocked at level 2. So you can unlock that, higher payouts. You have ability to get your payouts at $50 every month instead of $100 on Twitch or on Glimish. It's every other week, or no, every month I think it is now. But it's a lot easier to get started with the monetization here on Trovo. What you do with that is completely up to you. If you want to continue that, or if you don't care about the sub button, you can work it off with like a Patreon or a coffee or buy me a coffee or any number or Gilded, any number of outside third-party sources that you want to bring to people to grow your community that's off the platform. So that is pretty much it for talking about Trovo and kind of going over with the issues that's been going on with it. I know this is kind of like an ongoing problem, so to speak. We'll have to see how things start rolling out in February, the new changes that they're implementing, to see if it's going to be affecting people's payouts through the month of February and into March, or if it's going to make things a lot better. If they finally, hey, we got the magic gizmo, we're going with this. But what you got to do is give it a try. Now, if you have any comments, do post up in chat, or if you're watching a replay on this, go ahead, post it in the comments down below. I'll have a couple links. You should be able to see the links in the description for a couple things here, especially our community, which is at indiecreatorhub.com. It's a free community that is dedicated to the independent creator, which means, content creators, the indie game developers, comic books, podcasts. It's pretty much anyone who is not beholden to a platform. You want to have the absolute freedom to be as creative as possible. So that link is also down below. And if you have any questions, I'm going to go ahead and do Q&A. I'm going to bring in some music. Not too high. But yeah, it's pretty much open Q&A. So if you have any questions about Trovo or anything like that, don't hesitate to ask. I'll try to answer as best as I can. Now, I do know, as we finish out the hour here, is there are a couple things in the pipeline. I'll bring up the Trello, because they have added, or thinking about adding a couple things. And it helps if I learn how to spell. Actually, I might as well just do it from the Discord server here. Trello board. Go ahead and change the scene. So this is the stuff that they're working on, or they also have released. They have features in the planning. They want to do what's called a host incentive program, which helps with hosting. When you're offline, you can host other streamers or other channels on your channel. It's kind of like anywhere else. You also have, let me close this out. The one thing I am really looking forward to is the two-factor authentication. You also got the they got rid of it, or they moved it. They had Gilded, but we're still waiting on Gilded to release the public API in order for bots and more integration within the Gilded ecosystem. So I don't see that on here anymore. This is an interesting look, is kick users from a channel, entry ban. What I'm assuming is that if you're banning somebody, you're banning them from even chatting, but also banning them from even viewing the channel, which is huge, because if you ban somebody, you don't want them there, period. So this is a good thing that is coming up, which I'm hoping that's my assumption is on this as well. So there's the Gilded social linking. So there's that. All right. So if there's no questions, I could go ahead and start closing it down here. Do be sure to sign up for a free account on the indiecreatorhub.com. Definitely would love to see your smiling faces there. and also view us on Twitter at Indie Creator Hub. But until next time, I'll catch you guys later, and see you next week.